Hello, and welcome back to Double Booked, where two friends turn their literary rants into a podcast. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Mallory. Today we're finally getting to part 2 of the tandem read of Empire of Storms, I almost forgot the name, and Tower of Dawn. It's
Yes,
happening. We're wrapping it up.
We got stuff to talk about.
We have things to say.
Yes. And quick plug, if you didn't know, we're on YouTube now. So if you prefer to watch your podcasts, you can just head over there to Double Booked Podcast on YouTube. You'll see our little icon and you can watch us on there. But
yeah,
just a
go
quick
there now.
plug for
We'll wait.
Yes. And if you haven't listened to our part 1 episode, you can also go watch that as well. That was our first ever YouTube video, I believe. So
Oh yeah, it was. You made a really cute thumbnail for it. It's only going up since
cute.
then.
Seriously. But yeah, we are here to discuss part 2 of the tandem read. And so we left off on Empire of Storms on chapter 29 and then Tower of Dawn chapter 28. So if you're not caught up to that, get caught up.
Go catch up.
But you can still stick around for a few minutes and listen to our food life reading updates.
That's all we got.
So, how the heck are you?
I am pretty good. I was on a work trip last week. That was just a lot. That was a lot. It was a lot of traveling, flying, driving, standing, walking, standing. It was a lot. I went out to Idaho in the United States, and it's very flat, very brown. Never been to Idaho. I think it's the furthest west I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah. I've been to Arizona, but
I was going to say, is that more west than Arizona?
I feel like I looked at it on a map, and it's like straight up from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So I might have been, but who's to say? Not me.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? But it was a lot. It was a lot of travel, and it really wiped me out. Any work trip is just... I didn't fully want to go on this trip, full disclosure. So it was a little taxing, but it was interesting nonetheless. Nice. Since it was Idaho, food update, I had a big potato. It was great. I had a really big baked potato. If you don't know, Idaho is like known for their potatoes, amongst like some other things, but potatoes is the main takeaway. Rightfully, it was a tasty potato. And I gotta say,
was it?
It was the same. It was any potato. It was just a potato. Well,
that's because that's probably where you get your potatoes that you cook here. So, but was the restaurant like that was its thing, or
pretty
you just
much.
Okay?
It was baked potatoes and smoked meats. Smoked meats.
Wow. Was it special? Did it have some sort of like special toppings or anything?
Just like a loaded baked potato.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ordered it, and the kid working pulled out this like vat of melted butter, got a big ladle, and then just covered the potato in butter. So I was like, okay, we're doing this. It was pretty good. Oh my gosh. It was pretty good. It was like 2 pounds. They were all 2 pounds. It was a large
2-pound potatoes.
Yeah.
Wow. And that was like your entire dinner. I love that.
That's pretty much
That's
it.
amazing.
And a side of like pulled pork or whatever I got. It was my main attraction was the potato. Yeah. It was good.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, my food update's not quite like it's nowhere near that.
Idaho potato. It's
I honestly don't really I don't know that I have one, to be honest, but food adjacent news is that my garden is really thriving. Yes. And so I have a lot of sprouts going on. I mean, I'm not going to have actual vegetables for
a while.
2 months, 2 to 3 months. But,
so exciting.
You know, it's going. Yeah.
I love a sprout. Are you enjoying tending to your garden? Your little watering can
It's
and
a nice
stuff?
Yes, it's a nice change of pace, you know, just to get up and get away from my computer and just do something with my hands, you know, and just
Get some dirt under those fingernails.
Seriously, yeah. Like it's a very healing time for me. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm here for it. That's great.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, it definitely stresses me out sometimes because I'm like, oh, I haven't done it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But like the act of doing it is
doing it. Mm-hmm.
Very stress relieving.
It is very calming. Being outside in any way is usually a good fix.
Yes.
And not staring at a screen.
Yes.
But
I know.
which we do so much.
Which we do so much of, and then we're like, hey, let's start a podcast and
just stare at a screen.
Stare at our screen.
That doesn't count.
We haven't I really did not stare at my screen for the past like 4 days because I had no seconds to. Every second that I was free, I was reading because I put this off for too long. You guys, I had like 2 weeks to do this, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. I did not realize how much I had ahead of me.
It's a lot. These are thick guys. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot to do in a few days.
Yeah. So that's my reading update, but I finished it. I got it done. And here we are. What have you been reading?
My reading update. I've been talking about this series for so long, but it's only 3 books, the Nevernight series by J. Kristoff. I'm on the 3rd book. Like, for as long as it's taking me, I really like these books. They are so good. And, like the rage that I'm feeling reading this last book. Like, some of the 2nd book, but, like, I just, like, need things to go my way for this, for, like, these characters, and they are not at all, and there was a huge twist at the end of the 2nd one, and it was a twist that I was waiting for the whole book. I was like, I know it's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for it to happen. I was waiting for this thing to show up, and it did on the last line of the last page, and so I got the 3rd book, and I'm like, oh, but this isn't happening the way I wanted it to happen. And so I still have like 100 or so pages left, maybe more. And I just really need things to go my way. But I don't know if they will.
Do you like when you can guess what's gonna happen, or do you prefer to be surprised?
I take it as a challenge for every book I read to try and figure out what's gonna happen. And from the moment the thing that triggered the twist at the end of the 2nd one happened in the 1st book, I was like, this isn't over yet.
Yeah.
Immediately suspicious. And I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I kind of felt like, oh, maybe it's not gonna happen. And then it happened. And it's just like, I'm just supreme. I am the best. I'm so smart.
It's like that, oh, what's that sound that's like, I think it was about Taylor Swift or whatever. You'd be terrified of how smart she is or something.
Oh my gosh, that's right. It's scary. But I love to do that. And in a mystery or something, I'm always trying to figure it out.
Yes. That's what I was going to say. I love the challenge, but if I figure it out, so I want to secretly I want to figure it out because I want to be that smart.
Yeah.
But if I figure it out and I guess it right, then I'm like, oh, this book sucks.
Yeah. You couldn't do better. I'm guessing your plot.
A mere mortal.
A mere mortal.
Out. Do better.
Yeah.
No, but that's why I love Frida McFadden, because I love a good mystery and I do not want to know what's happening next, and she always leaves me.
The thing with Frida McFadden, I've only read 3 books of hers, but in The Housemaid, I don't know if it's just me. I'm just always suspicious of a husband in a book.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so I was like, something's up with this guy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure.
But you didn't know the whole...
I didn't know the whole thing. There's always lore that we can't guess.
The teeth. I was...
Teeth?
Blown away. Yeah, that was the big
Oh my
thing
god, that's right. Ew,
when that line hit, I was like... Yeah, she got me there.
Got chills.
She got me there.
She got me. That's true.
Oh boy, that was a good one.
Yeah. I
I'm
almost
excited
like
for
want
that
to read
movie.
those books and talk about them on the podcast, but
Well, I mean, there's a lot that I haven't read yet,
there's so
Frida.
much.
So
Oh yeah,
I know
not
you read The
Frida.
Inmate, and I need to read that one.
Inmate. You don't have to read The Inmate.
Oh, okay. That's like one of the most popular ones I've seen.
Oh, I mean, like, you could read it's really
Oh,
short.
I mean, like, it's, yeah.
I don't know. It
No,
was kind
maybe
of
she'll
just
come out with
like,
another one soon.
yeah, when was her last one?
Pretty recently. It was The Boyfriend, I believe.
Oh, I don't think
I
people
read
like that
that.
one.
No, I didn't really like that either.
I didn't read it.
It was too modern for me.
Oh,
It
too
was all
modern.
about, no, like, it was just about, it had a lot of texting and, like, it was about dating, like, online dating, and I didn't want to be
No,
thinking about
there's a
that,
fine
so,
line
yeah.
with being modern in a book. In like the
Yeah.
texting, you can go overboard for me really fast. And I'm
Right.
just not.
As Emily Henry did.
She really did. She
Yeah.
went way overboard.
If you haven't listened to our episode on Great Big Beautiful Life, go check that
Titled
out.
Great Big Beautiful Flop, go listen.
Or don't. It's okay. It doesn't hurt our feelings.
No, it will hurt. Listen to
But
it. It'll
it will hurt your feelings, so please don't listen.
If you're Emily Henry, maybe just skip to the very end. We said some nice stuff.
We had some nice things to say too.
We know you're listening, Emily.
Today's gonna be quite a different story. You all know that we love this series, so it's nothing new here. I mean, we do have some funny things to say and some things to point out, I'm sure, but overall,
yeah. Overall,
nothing but love here. Nothing but love.
There's some irritation.
So, yeah,
so, like,
I guess.
Now that you're done,
yeah.
Initial thoughts with the whole tandem read experience.
Okay, initial thoughts are when you told me that sometimes people don't read Tower of Dawn because they didn't do the tandem read, I was like, are you crazy? Like, why? Now that I have finished Empire of Storms and also Tower of Dawn, I wouldn't want to read it either. Like,
yeah.
This is so stupid. Like, take me to the story.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful in that sense because I would have wrote it off entirely and been so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is exactly why. Like, the whole last episode, again, for those of you who don't know, I've read these books already, and I'm having to withhold some serious information as we do this. But the whole last episode, I just wanted to say, like, the twist at the end.
Yeah.
There's no way I would read it. Like, I would read 10 pages, realize that Aelin is not in it, and be like, I'm good. I don't need to know.
Good. I'm so good. And you would probably be waiting for her the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time. Because she'll randomly do that where the majority of the book will be about certain characters and then she'll like pull them in at the end or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the one chapter at the end, but like it was nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Like,
not enough for sure. I mean, I can't even imagine like reading those in real time and that one coming out and you're like
wait a second.
I don't know. I feel like I would give up. Like I'm not even
I'd be done.
Like,
yeah, it would be it for me.
I don't know. Like, and that's the thing though, is it actually is such an important story. Like Tower of Dawn is so important to the overall story. And I mean, I haven't read Kingdom of Ash yet, but the whole point of it is to show you how to defeat your enemies, and it's so important. So, like, I would hate for people to skip that. It's just... Yeah.
You have to read it, but...
You have to.
No. After
but
that
I couldn't,
twist...
But it would have been so hard. Yeah, it would have been so hard.
Yeah. I mean, these books are supposed to be on the same timeline. I don't think that is explicitly said anywhere.
No.
So, like, I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't looked at tandem read guides. But they are technically happening around the same time. At the same time. But Yeah, so I would
Well,
have been
there were a
waiting.
couple. There were a couple moments, like in part one, when we
Yeah,
had
there were a
said
few.
that, like Aelin was going to Skull's Bay,
mhm.
and then Kale was like telling
Yeah,
them, like, "Oh, you know the last
you
place she'll
definitely
go."
shouldn't go to Skull's Bay. Thank you so much,
Of course,
Kale.
our king just always self-sabotaging. Like
He
he's
can't
just
help it. He is just Kale.
not help it.
That's
He's
what he
just
does.
Kale. But yeah, those are my initial thoughts. And
Mhm.
part two, obviously, I'm flip-flopping here. Like at the end of part one, I was like, oh, Tower of Dawn is for sure my favorite of
yeah.
the two. Because I was just so much more excited to read it in the beginning. Empire of Storms was a lot more like world building, there's just so many
Yeah.
characters, and it's like, but that ending, I mean, it's
Oh, it's
unbelievable.
so dramatic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, I guess we can go through some thoughts we had
Yeah.
before the big ending.
Like, there's just so many characters involved. Like,
Yeah.
the Lorcan and Elide of it all. I don't know. Like, okay.
I liked it, but I didn't like the end of it. I didn't
Yeah.
like the ending. How do you feel?
I just think it's funny that he's like always making feminine hygiene products. Like okay, king of feminine hygiene. He's
Yeah,
really
that's
focused on
amazing.
that.
That's funny. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like overall, so I guess like my thought about everyone pairing up in general is that why did this need to happen? Like
Yeah,
why does everyone need to be involved with somebody? Like
this
I
is
feel
such a
like
thing
mhm.
in in series or TV shows. It's like, oh, there's three girls and three guys, so all of them are gonna
They're
end up
all
like
gonna mhm.
there's always a pairing, and then they just flip flop, and then they end up with the person they're supposed to be. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's how I felt about Lysandra and Adian.
Oh, like it's just like they were the only two left, so why
Yeah,
not? That one felt really like easy and
yeah.
silly.
I liked Elide and Lorcan because I like Elide,
Yeah, I like the
and
lead.
I liked their enemies to lovers situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of the pull for me. Adie and Lysandra, I'm like, yeah, okay, if you want to, that's fine. It's just
Yeah, I guess go for
like
it,
don't
but
don't don't broadcast it, but yeah, just go for it. Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
So yeah, but everybody's got their pair
Every
now.
pot has a lid.
Everybody wanted to be like Aelin and Rowan. Um, but
I
yeah.
don't know. Like, what was I thinking? Oh, with the Lorcan. I didn't mark it, but like he has a big like chunk of dialogue where he's just kind of professing to a lead like I won't leave you. I'm always
Yes.
here. I'm like can we just relax? I feel like reading these books, I'm getting like passion fatigue because
Yeah.
everything is always so big and passionate and intense. It's like not everything's like that. Can we just relax?
No.
Like I guess maybe they're at war and their lives are at stake and stuff. And I guess you say stuff like that, but like
Yeah.
it's just all the time, and it's just like it just feels cheap after a while. Like okay,
Yeah.
you'll kill for her. Like I don't know.
Like we get it. Yeah.
We get
get it.
it.
We
It's
get
just a
it.
lot.
You spilled your blood for her. We got it. Like
We get it. You're bonded for life. We get it. It's just constant. I
yeah,
feel like it's
it
all the
is.
time, and I just don't like reading it anymore.
Hey guys, we wanted to pop in and share a little something with you. So, we have an Audible 30-day free trial available at the link in our show notes and in our Instagram bio. So, when you sign up, you'll get 1 credit, and that allows you to choose any title for free. You also have access to the Audible Plus library, which has tons of free content, books, podcasts, etc. I have not traditionally been an audiobook girly, but I've been loving Audible because it syncs up directly with my Kindle, and so life just gets busy. It's hard to find time to just sit down with your book and read. So when I'm cooking, doing laundry, just everyday tasks, or even driving, I'll turn on my audiobook, and when I get back to my Kindle, it'll be synced up exactly where I left off, which is just amazing. I never have to find the page again, and it's just a great resource to use. So yeah, go to the link in our Instagram bio or our show notes, or go to audibletrial.com/doublebookedpod to get your free 30-day trial.
Like, I liked it when it was just Rowan and Aelin, but then everyone has the same feelings. It's like, well, that cheapens those other two then. Like, I don't know. Anyone can have this so fast and so easy, then
I agree, and that's why I'm kind of digging Dorian and Manon right now, because it's not that serious, and it's never been that serious.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
something about them, though. Like, something about it just makes me squirm. Like, it makes me a little uncomfortable sometimes.
They're both a little cringy.
They're just, I don't know. Like, Manon is supposed to be, I guess, you know, she's not heartless, but like tough as nails. I'm not giving you the time of day. Humans smell weird.
Yeah.
And like, Dorian is changing.
It's funny too, because Dorian, I feel like he's evolved into, like, he never used to be like that. He was like so much softer. Like, he was the softie compared to Aelin, and now it's like, you're this big bad guy that's like gonna put her in her place. Like, I don't know about that.
I agree.
At all.
No, it was a stark like shift.
Brought Aelin a puppy that he fostered. Like, no, you're not that guy. You've never been that guy.
Never been. We all know what's going on. But you're right. He had such a shift, like a whole personality shift.
Well,
I don't know. And he's, I guess, like spending a lot of time as, is it Valg?
Yeah, the Valg, yeah.
I almost thought, okay, I almost said Venom. Like, that's a difference.
Oh, yeah. Different series.
I guess that changes the guy, but it felt weird.
Yeah,
like, and why are you still like macho right now? And I don't know. It didn't feel right. It didn't fit him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was also gonna say that it's probably losing Sorsha is probably hardening him a little bit, and so he's like trying to act like it's just, it's whatever, you know, like it doesn't mean anything. It's just is what it is,
I guess.
So yeah,
I don't know.
But another couple that I don't give two craps about.
I already know what you're gonna say, because I also don't give a crap.
And Sartak.
No.
Don't care.
Skip. I skipped all of it. Nope.
I mean, some of it was a little bit important.
But not important enough, if you ask me.
Not important enough to be half of a book.
No, it was so much time. So who are these? We just met Nesrin. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't care about
Sartak. What?
Didn't care. Didn't care.
Pointless. I hated all of that. The Rook thing, like, their family drama. I don't care. This isn't doing anything.
I didn't care about that at all. I was only there.
I don't know. It's like she had an idea, Sarah J. Maas, for another book, and thought, I don't have enough time, I'm just going to put it in here. And it was so much time.
Yeah,
because it didn't fit. I don't, not here for that.
It really didn't fit. But I go back and forth, though, because Nesrin is kind of important. As if she's, like, just unimportant. She's kind of important because without the parallels between, at the end, when we're already going to the ending, but not really, when Kale is being healed and he's, you know, he's doing the healing of his own soul, he finds out that he's not so different from Aelin, who he used to absolutely despise.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because he did the same thing that she did to him, but he's actually like, what I did a lot worse than she ever did it to me.
Yeah.
So the triangle in that sense was necessary, I think. It
Yeah.
humanized him.
Fine, I guess.
He
Kale's
got off his high
realizations
horse.
about Aelin are like, it's just funny to me. Like, how
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I guess I do see why she made some of those decisions. It's like, yeah, are you getting it now? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Crazy. But I think that's really the gist of it is I mean, that's why Nezrin's here. There's no other point other than that,
She
really.
did not need to take up that much space.
Yeah, she was a placeholder, but
Mm-hmm.
she did serve a little bit of a purpose. I was like, okay, I see where you're going now. But
Ugh.
I'm okay if it ends there. Like, I'm okay. I
Yeah.
don't need to hear anymore.
I don't need to hear anymore. No
Yeah,
thanks.
I don't need to hear anymore.
No.
But one of the things I wanted to say about Sartak, so I wrote down an example was page 374 in
I flipped
Tower
right
of
to
Dawn.
374. That is crazy.
Stop
I flipped
it.
right to it.
That's weird. Well, it's also like
You're
the middle
crazy.
of the book, so
Yeah, it is.
so when he's talking about like his I don't know what they called like the Earth Mother or something. He
Edge
calls her Edge. Yeah.
or whatever.
Okay, but like I read it as A. Okay? So the whole time it's like he's like Canadian or something.
I remembered your
like,
tales, eh? That's
That's how
funny.
I read it the whole time. Like, but I would hear what you know, eh?
That's really funny.
That's how I read it. So I don't know. I had to give myself something to laugh about because I was just being tortured by this chapter. But that's how I read it, and I was like, that's actually really funny.
That is funny. EJ.
EJ. I don't know. I think it's A. I mean, I think the J's silent, no?
I think it's silent, eh?
I think it's silent. Eh?
Maybe. I never thought of it that way. I just kind of skipped
really
over
funny.
reading that. Refused to process it. Because I hate it.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, also, okay, back to Kale and his, like, finally realizing that Aelin's not so
Okay.
different. Okay, when Yrene, like, does this whole... She takes him to... She, like, plans a dinner for him, right? And...
Is it his birthday?
I think it might be his birthday, or... I don't know if it's his birthday, but anyway, she plans this whole thing for him. And he, like, compares it to what Aelin did in the greenhouse, which was so sweet, but, like, he didn't have to, like, do that.
He didn't have to
like,
rip it apart like that.
He said, quote, I've never done anything like this, which is so not true.
It's not
because
the
Aelin
truth.
did, like, the sweetest thing she's ever done for anybody, which was planning that dinner at the greenhouse. And he goes, his birthday this past winter in that greenhouse. Even then, with Aelin, he'd been half there, half focused on the palace he'd left behind, on remembering who was in charge and where Dorian was supposed to be.
Aelin deserved better than that.
Yeah, that's
Kale was
crazy.
not a good boyfriend.
I'm not. No, he was not. Like, I don't like that. It's so crazy.
Like, that was, you're right, like, the nicest
like
thing
that.
she's ever done for somebody. And he's like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even there for that. Oh, cool. Great.
Like, yeah, and he literally says right before, I've never done anything like this before. Not true.
Yes, you have.
He's like in denial. I don't know how.
Yeah, like he blocked it all out.
Denial. Yeah, well, I mean, he got rejected, so it's just, you know.
So she's the worst.
That's what
and
you
I've never
do.
done something like this before.
That's what you do. But on to the better male character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mr. Rowan.
Such a king.
Such a king.
Such a king.
Such a king. When he confronts Rolf brings up Sam. Okay? I'm reading it. And okay, this is how it goes.
What page are we on?
Page 298. Page 298, Empire of Storms. Okay. Rolf sneered. Did Sam die still pining after you, or did you finally stop treating him like filth? There was a choking sound, and a slam and a rattle of glasses. She looked slowly to find Rowan with his hand around Rolf's neck. The captain pressed onto the map. The figures scattered everywhere, Rowan's snarling teeth close to ripping off Rolf's ear. I told you to choose your words carefully, Rolf.
The protectiveness, I just love that because, like, he knows how important Sam was to her,
Yes.
and you don't say stuff like that. Like,
I was
you don't
so
say stuff like
shocked.
that.
I was
awesome.
shocked because when I heard, like, when I read a slam and a rattle of glasses, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, Aelin's about to, like, rock him. What's him? And it was so awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
It was so awesome.
Our protective king.
So protective. And then a little farther on in the book, Aelin finally protects her love for Rowan. For the first person ever, I believe, in this series.
Yeah,
she finally
because she told Chaol, I'm sorry.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And, wait, did she say it to Sam?
I don't think so.
She never did? And that's why she, like, regrets it? Well, I can't remember if, like, she did,
I think...
and so she doesn't want to say it again because she doesn't want them to be taken from her, or if, like, she never did and now she regrets that.
I kind of think they didn't.
Really? Okay.
Like, she loved him, but I don't know if they ever said it. I'm gonna try and find out.
Yeah, like, maybe that was one of her regrets. But anyway, she's been holding back for a long time. We've seen her struggle with this, like, time and time again. Ugh. So crazy.
Our girl's walls came down.
Yeah.
It finally happened.
I love it so much. So if you want to read that part, it's page 350, and it is so sweet. I love it. Love, love, love. Another thing, while we're on, literally everything about this is about a couple, because it's just, there's couples everywhere. So
everywhere.
This next point I got is, like, okay. So when the whole thing happens where Lysandra becomes the sea wyvern, and she's, like, being a dragon or whatever.
Are you gonna talk about Aedion? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got something to say. So, the fact that she is still, like, in this dragon form, and he's, like, cuddling her and, like, professing his feelings for her, and she's, like,
fully a dragon.
Literally a dragon. She can't turn back into a human because she's drained of power. She's like a washed up sea dragon. Like, I can't.
Just like
about it.
I'm imagining, like, the dragon in Avatar, The Last Airbender. Like, in the last season, there's dragons, and, like, at one point they're just staring at the characters, and that's what I'm imagining, that she's just like, I am a dragon, like, I can't talk back to you, like, it's so insane. I'm just a dragon.
I'm sorry, but, like, it doesn't matter if, like, the dragon is my husband. I could not look at it and, like, say those things.
No, we're gonna wait till you can respond.
It reminded, but, like, even just, like, even if it could respond, even if it was magic and could say something back, like, it's a dragon.
It's a dragon. At the end of the day.
It's so weird to me. Like, I get it's a book, I get it's fantasy, I just don't understand how they can have these feelings like this. And it reminds me of that, like, joke that people used to say of like, would you still love me if I was a worm?
Oh my gosh, that is
Like,
great.
no, I wouldn't.
I
I'm
wouldn't.
sorry. I'm
Would you
not.
still love me if I was a washed up sea dragon?
I don't think
Yes.
so.
And
No.
I'll cuddle your scales.
And especially like that was the first time they were like he was admitting his
Confessing
feelings for her. Like,
emotions.
dude, can you just like wait? Like,
Just wait.
I know she was like on the brink of dying, but like
But come on.
just let it go, okay? Like you can just let it go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No. Like
That is so
he couldn't
funny.
hold back and Aelin has been holding back for years. It's just it was
Yeah.
crazy to me. I just thought that
Really
was
funny.
super funny. Um but I guess before we get to that, um okay, did you think that Aelin was pregnant like when she was like throwing up and doing all that nonsense? Because
I don't think so, because I feel like in what is it? Was it in Air of Fire? I feel like Rowan got like weird and pissed that she can't have kids.
oh, I don't remember that.
Am I thinking of a different book? I feel like I've been doing this a lot.
No,
I feel like
I
she
don't.
can't have kids.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. But I don't think I remember thinking she was pregnant.
Well, she like throws up a bunch of. Well, I guess that should be normal for her at this point. We've always talked
I
about
know,
how much she
they're
throws
always
up.
throwing up.
No, but it was like a big point. And I really thought she was pregnant. Like I texted you and I was like, "Oh my gosh.
Is Aelin
Is she
pregnant in all caps?
Um yeah, I thought it was going to be like a Twilight situation here. But it wasn't. It didn't end up being that. And they called that out at the end too. Like they give a justification as to why she didn't do that or as to why that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of to throw us off a little bit, but because then I was thinking, okay, so I guess we can just get into. So my big thing with her being pregnant was when Aelin and Manon finally get all the answers they need. They go in the witch mirror and they get
Yes.
all the answers from Elena, and she's giving them the whole spiel.
The whole thing.
So let's just clarify all this and say it out loud because it's a lot to take in. So, the Eye of Elena was once powered by Elena's mother, Mala,
Yes.
Firebringer goddess, dying.
Yeah.
That powered the stone, and it could then be used as a lock. Okay?
Yeah.
The plan was that the big gods, whatever, I don't know, were gonna take Erewhon back where he came from and then lock it with the locket.
With the locket.
Oh my gosh, wait.
Wait a second.
Wait, it makes sense.
Hold
okay.
on.
So then, but Elena decided she was going to take things into her own hands. So they put Erewhon inside the tomb, and she just thought she could just. I don't know how she thought she could do that. I'm not sure.
He'll be secure.
Where was she like?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, she locks Erewhon inside the tomb and uses the power in that way. Bad news. Wasn't supposed to do that.
Bad choice.
No, wasn't supposed to happen. So, she ruined it. The prophecy now is that Erewhon will rise again one day, which we know he has.
Yeah.
And it will take another sacrifice to power up the locket and allow it to be used for its intended purpose, which is to banish Erewhon and lock the word gate behind him and all of his friends.
Yes.
So yes. So the sacrifice has to be made from the same line of Mala, which would be Aelin.
Yeah.
So, bringing me back to my other when I found out that she could possibly be pregnant, I was like, oh no, because that child could also be, a
The
sacrifice. You know what I
sacrifice.
mean? Yeah, because it's from the same line.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't. Is there a reason it can't be Dorian?
I
Because
don't think there is. I think it could also be Dorian, right?
okay, I think so because then she mentions that there's two, like, it diverges in two
Mm-hmm.
places. It's the Haviliards and the Galzinians.
Yeah. I
Or
forgot.
Ashrivers.
Or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So those are the two places it splits. So I'm thinking, okay, it could be either of them.
It could be
But then
Dorian.
I
Yeah.
think, right, but then I think later down the line, she, like, made it pretty clear that, like, no, it's gonna be Aelin. And that's why she's done all of these things to save her over the years and protect her because she is the one. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
the chosen one.
but why? But why?
It could be Dorian too. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's a good point. Yeah. Maybe he's got some hidden locket somewhere.
No, but I think since he's from her family, technically it could be him.
Yeah.
He doesn't need his own locket.
Maybe Elena
He could,
just favors Aelin. Like,
yeah, I
it
want
should
to
be
talk about
her.
that though. Like, how do you feel about her? Because go ahead, you go first.
I just like don't know sometimes with all the vague messages and it's just like her reasonings are just weird sometimes. And
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Elena. Like, I guess in the end she's a good character and like we need her for stuff. We would be nowhere without her, but like I don't know. What do you think?
I wasn't digging it. Like, what is she doing? Like, giving her to Erewhon, or
Yeah,
not Erewhon, Arobin.
Robin.
Like, are we supposed to thank you for that? Like, what?
Mhm.
I
What
brought you
was
back to life so that one day you can die, and I gave you to this man who we knew was horrible so that
Yeah.
one day you could die, and I just don't, I'm
It
not
really is
liking
just
it.
like self-serving. Like she has to get this done and I'm going to use you to do it. Sorry. That's just what it
Yeah,
feels like.
but I was just, like, on a roller coaster with that because I wrote down, like, I'm just having such mixed feelings because
Mhm.
on page, like, 629, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. What really tugged at my heartstrings was, like, pages 630 and 631 when she's talking about Rowan, and because she basically says that, like, she knew they, like, were gonna meet or whatever, and
Oh yeah.
she said she sent her to Wendlin for the healing, and so you would find him, the one who had been waiting so long for you. Um, and she said, I wanted you to know that joy too, however briefly.
Aw.
And so that was sweet.
Mhm.
But I don't know how to feel about her. I'm
That is
torn.
really sweet.
Because she's,
Wanted her to
like,
love.
she kind of made, like, the biggest mistake ever, and now, like, somebody else has to pay the
Someone
price,
has to
and,
deal with
like, she's she's kind of intervening in, like, the worst ways
it.
possible. Like, she kind of sent her on, like,
A death
the
mission.
worst course that could ever happen to somebody's life. Like, it was horrible.
It was pretty
So,
bad.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, but
There will be more of Elena.
yeah, I'm sure.
But that was a
However
lot.
brief.
However brief.
It was a lot. It was a pretty big
Mhm.
twist. And then back to the Dorian thing. So, that kind of makes me nervous. I just have a bad feeling.
Oh my god, a
I have a
bad
really
feeling
bad
about
feeling.
this.
And on page 594, so this I have a bad feeling. So 594, when Maeve's army is kind of, like, descending upon them,
Yeah.
Dorian looks at Rowan and he says, "It is not such a hard thing, is it, to die for your friends?"
Uh-huh. I remember that quote.
I don't want that to be a I don't want that to be alluding to something. Like, I'm just... I don't know. I got a bad feeling. I got a bad feeling.
I don't know, but, like, it explains that Rowan's kind of thinking the same thing, like, I would die for these people.
Yeah,
and he's
I
just
know.
kind of voicing it. And it might be like a Sorsha thing again, like she died, I would die for her if I could have, maybe I'd die for Aelin too. That kind of situation. Still,
No,
I don't
yeah,
like that he said it.
No, it was just in the middle of all that, I'm like, oh, are you trying to tell me something? Because I don't...
That would be a pretty obvious, like...
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. Hey guys, we wanted to take a second to tell you something pretty cool. So we are a brand ambassador for a bookish shop called Hello Milo. You can use the link in our Instagram bio or our show notes, or you can go to shophellomilo.com and use the code doublebooked_pod to get 15% off your entire order, and they also offer free shipping over $50.
It's a really good deal. It's a very cute store. We each have some things from them. I've got a really cute hat that says Book Club Babe on it. I wore it this past weekend. I got a few compliments. I think Kayla got some fun Kindle stickers.
So be sure to check that out and let us know what you get. I guess we got to talk about all the people that come back. So
yeah, I love that.
We get Nehemia back in the vision, at least. And she knew the whole thing. Like, what? You're kidding.
Bringing people back from the dead? Sorry. There's a plane crashing.
Sorry, a plane is landing on her apartment.
Plane's landing on the roof. One moment. I don't know. I was okay with Nehemia not coming back, but I get it. Like, sure. Fine.
Right.
I don't know. It was good for Aelin to see her.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know how I feel about that either.
Yeah.
She was just, like, in on it the whole time.
What do you mean? Some friend you were.
Yeah, awesome.
Wanna clue me in?
Seriously. Yeah. I don't know. But it was a full circle moment, and we had a lot of those. So, Ansel is back.
I knew you were waiting for Ansel.
I was waiting for her. Every book after Assassin's Blade, when somebody would show up, I'd be like, is this Ansel? Is it her?
Does it look like Ansel?
I would text you every time. I'm like, wait, is it?
I got several texts. Is this Ansel? I'm like, just keep reading.
Going. I knew she'd come back.
Yeah, I mean, they had to bring her back.
They made such a big point of her, like, letting her go. Like, she had to come back.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was good.
Oh my goodness. And she says, who gave you permission to use my name in pit fights, Aelin? Ah!
I love it.
I love it. And then then Ansel goes, hello, bleep. And Aelin goes, hello, traitor.
It's great. I love it. It's their little Alphaba Glinda thing that you mentioned.
Yes. Love it.
Beautiful.
So many strong female characters. And that actually takes me to something else I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm dumb. Probably.
I don't think you're dumb.
Why am I just now realizing, like, how similar Manon and Aelin are? Like, they are so similar.
You've said this before. You said it in Queen of Shadows when we read that. You've acknowledged this before.
But I don't think I knew that. But we didn't know the whole backstory.
No, we didn't. But, like the whole backstory, that's true.
Yeah, like, we didn't know. And now we know that they're both queens in their own right. Manon, Queen of the Crokins, and Aelin, Queen of Terrasen. So they got that going on. Both of their parents are gone. They have been raised by these horrible people that have raised them into these killing machines. Manon's grandmother and Aelin Arobin.
Yeah.
Like, they are,
and they both
love
love Dorian.
They both did love Dorian.
He has
oh my gosh.
he has taste for a certain kind of woman.
Yeah.
Mean.
But good thing Manon never fell for Kaol because she would have eaten
Oh,
him
she
alive.
would never have fallen for him.
Honestly, I would love to see that. Like, have they been in the same
I don't know if
room?
they have yet.
Oh
Like,
my gosh. Ask me that crossover question again because I want them to go head to head. Like,
that
she
will
would
be. It
roast
wouldn't
him.
be a head to head. Like, she would completely eat him alive and rip him to shreds. Kael doesn't
Annihilate
stand a
him.
chance against Manon at all.
I
Not a
can't wait
chance.
for that. I cannot wait.
I just
Oh my
like
goodness.
he would just be scared. She's scary.
Yeah. Oh my
Another
gosh.
thing about like Manon and Dorian, she just seems like she makes Dorian feel small to me. Like
Really?
he's just like this little guy and she's this big, tough, strong witch queen and like it's just not I don't know. I want it to be a thing in my head and I want it to I want it to feel normal and natural. He just seems so like shrimpy. I don't know. It's like
Really? You think
yeah.
so?
Like she tried to
Hmm.
give him like BDE and make him like tough and everything, but
Yeah.
I don't know. She's just
I
so
don't know.
intense.
Yeah, she is. But I feel like when it comes to that relationship, she is a little more guarded. So
Yeah.
when it comes to that, he is more forward
Mhm.
than her.
Yeah, that is true.
So I guess I see him more like taking control in
I
that
guess.
sense. But yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, that I remember the part where he's like human women are too breakable.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to say it in a flirty way, but like we all know what he's talking about and like that's so sad.
But why would you say that? Like your human woman got broken. Like
I know. Well, that's why
I
he's
hate
saying
that.
it.
I
It's
hate that.
horrible.
It's so weird. And like while you're
Ugh.
actively flirting with this other not human, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. I didn't like that.
That one got me. That was
Too breakable.
too
Ew.
breakable.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, I hated that. Justice for Sorsha.
We do need to talk a little bit about Tower of Dawn because I feel like
We haven't gone there at all yet.
nothing. Um,
I think
when
that
they
Kael and Urine, like, did you hear that?
a little bit.
The cat land on the floor. Every time she lands, she goes. She's so funny. Anyway,
That's so funny.
I feel like Kael and Urine have like the most believable, authentic kind of situation together. Like I totally
Yes.
buy it. It took a long time. Okay. They had a lot of time together. It was just so believable and really sweet. I liked their story.
Yes. It was a slow burn. I love a slow burn.
And that was a slow burn.
Slow.
I liked that.
But if you're looking for the part where it's no longer a slow burn, it's page 452. It ate. It left no crumbs. Like it was perfect. Perfect. Like oh my gosh. When it says oh wait. Because he's like being a jerk at this point, right? Like
Yeah, like he said something rude to her, didn't he?
yeah,
And then she's leaving. Is that what happens?
yeah. What
What
does
the
he
hell
say
have
to
you
her?
bothered to do all these years? Kael felt the words hit their mark. And then she turns
Yes.
to go.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But like what was he doing saying that? Like such a jerk.
Who are
Anyways,
you? I didn't like that.
like yeah, but then she's like going to head out and oh my gosh, it says but that woman backing toward the door, trying to keep the tears from falling, tears from the hurt he'd caused her, tears of the anger he so rightfully deserved. She reached the handle, fumbled blindly for it, and if he let her walk out, Urine pushed down on the handle, and Kaol took a step toward her. Like, that is so powerful because he can't walk. He hasn't
And
been
his
able to
first
move.
steps are towards her to stop her from leaving.
It's
If
so
he wanted
poetic.
to, he would.
I loved some of the writing in Tower of Dawn. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so like magic. I don't. It was
It's
just
so
magic.
impactful the way
It
she
is.
presents stuff.
It is. And it was like beautiful writing at the end when she finally heals him, and he's like, basically she finds out that the way to heal a person from these demons is for them to essentially heal themselves. And so she tricks him into defeating it for himself, which we already knew because Aelin did that in Air of Fire. She basically was like, I need to face my fear, and that's how I'll get out of this. Yeah. And so Chaol has to basically face his fear of like not being enough, I guess, and all of his self-loathing and self-pity.
Sorry.
But it is like, it's very beautiful. It is. And he finally realizes that like he's just like Aelin and he's no better than her and he needs to stop. And then it comes back to this quote that he says to Aelin earlier on in the series, and he says, "What if we go on only to more pain and despair?" And Aelin says, "Then it is not the end."
No. That's a good callback. I love that.
It breaks me. It breaks me. Yeah.
I love it. It's honestly like a realization that was a long time coming, and it was definitely needed for Chaol. Like, get a grip. You are not above anybody. Enough already. Humble yourself. He needed that. And it took breaking his spine and becoming possessed.
Seriously.
Like,
breaking his spine. Yeah.
That's what it came to.
But essentially, he is fully healed. He heals his soul wound, and now he is perfectly fine. He can walk or whatever.
Yeah.
But not for long.
But
so basically, let's go over the ending of Tower of Dawn, and then we can go back to Empire Storms, because that's
pretty much all
important.
we have to talk about.
So Chaol ends up. Okay, so they find out that Duva is the Valg.
I just need a second. Like, wait, I'm sorry.
A second with Duva.
Who's Duva? I don't remember this character at all.
She's like the pregnant like sister of this family. Okay. Honestly,
Duva.
it would have been way more impactful if this was Hussar, because her and Yrene had like such a close relationship. Yes, and it would have made so much more sense. But anyways,
so Duva's a sister of Hussar.
Correct.
Okay.
And so basically what happened is the Duke of Parrington sent this like box, I guess, with her like betrothal to this man, and the ring inside of it was a word key.
Dummy.
Or not a word key. It was a wordstone ring. So she was controlled, and then she ended up just not being herself. She killed the other sister, who we've been wondering what's happened to her.
Yeah.
And then she's been after Yrene because Erewhon knows that the healers are like super powerful. And yeah, so then she ends up like tackling Yrene. Chaol steps in. He breaks his spine again. Like literally again.
Stop breaking your spine.
Crazy.
Enough.
What I loved about this moment was that to get out of Duva's like hold on her, she uses her self-defense.
I know. I love it. Use the skills Aelin gave you. I love that. She's so dope. Yrene is like, she's like the best character. I love her. Yeah. Like, she's the best.
Amazing. Except for the fact that she loves Chaol, but we'll let it go.
Everyone's flawed. Everyone's flawed. Even Yrene.
No, I'm just joking, but I mean,
she resorted to hand fighting. Like, it's great. Yeah. I love it.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And so they end up taking her down, and then Yrene pays the ultimate price. And I was so scared. I did not know what was going to happen here. Yeah. I thought she was going to die. Because they wouldn't say what the cost was. They were like, there's a cost. But there's a cost.
Just tell me. I hate that.
He asked her like 12 times, what was the cost?
What is it? Cost? I can't say.
But basically, they are now tied together as one. So their energies are together. If one of them dies, the other one dies.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
I'm honestly sick of a bond. I'm sick of a bond.
Yeah.
I'm sick of
This
a
one's
soul
interesting
bond.
though. This one is interesting though. I like it because Kale is basically going to be confined to his chair, like pretty much this whole war. Like I'm sure he'll figure it out, but like the basics are that like your Urain's gonna be healing people the entire time. So if she's doing that, he doesn't have any power to stand, and it's gonna significantly deplete them both. So yeah, you know something I don't know.
I can't wait to read the next one. Oh my god.
But
yeah,
it was a very sweet.
Yeah, I guess their bond is different, and like, I don't know, with like the mate bond thing, it's just kind of like no one has a choice and it just happens. But like this, like she did it, and I think she probably knew what the cost was, and like I'm doing it anyway, so it is different.
Yeah, for sure. And what I love about it too, so she heals him from the bottom up. She heals the scar that Aelin gave him.
Why was I like upset about that?
In Crown of Midnight. Oh my gosh.
I didn't want the scar to go away.
No, I think it made
like, I think it
made the whole it made the whole story come together because it was he healed from that. Like he healed from that whole experience, and
yeah, I guess. I don't know what the exact quote is or like what page it is or whatever, but it was really sweet whenever he's like, "You healed me in more ways than one." It's so sweet.
Yes.
I love that.
She says, "I wanted to heal you." Like she's upset because she's like, "I wanted to heal you."
Yeah, right, okay.
And he says, "Urain, in every way that truly matters, you did."
I love it. It's very sweet. He needed that, though.
This is such a book of growth for him, and I'm excited to see what comes next, because the fact that he can give up his whole identity was being a guard.
That was
the captain of the guard.
And
that
loyalty. Was it. He like actually has a personality now. Like he made his job his personality, and he's got other things going on now. Like imagine skipping this book and being stuck with old Kale going forward.
No,
it's necessary. It would have sucked to read after, but it's necessary.
It's so necessary. But yeah, that's how Tower of Dawn ends. Amazing.
Let's go back.
And they get the Kagan to join them in their fight.
The Kagan.
Kagan, whatever.
Kagan.
But there's other people that are also joining the fight, including the 13 that are alive.
They're back.
Including Asterin. They really got us with that one.
They did. I really thought she was toast. I didn't think we'd see her again. That was great.
Yes. And who else comes back? The Assassins of the Desert. The Desert Assassins.
I loved them, and I remember that was your favorite story of the Assassin's Blade.
Favorite.
I loved when they came back. They were so good. I knew we weren't done with them.
I could just picture them like, oh my gosh, this part had me actually crying. Like it was, because it's so everybody just makes her out to be like this horrible like wrecker of a person. Yes, and they try to make her out to be that way. Like the person who we find out is actually Maeve, not Erewhon, going and like starting all these fires and stuff. Like they're trying to blame that on Aelin. Like she's just a conqueror.
Fire starter.
And,
conqueror.
Like, no. She has friends.
She's soft. She has
so many friends.
Loyal allies and friends. I love that. I love when like people show up for a good character. It makes me so happy, and they did so much of that. Like, she is
and the
human.
Wendlin army too shows up.
I love it. I love it. It's so heartwarming, and it's so inspiring. Like, I'm ready at this point for a war. Like, bring it on.
Yeah, I'm ready to, but oh, this part with Aelin was tough.
The end?
So, yeah. So
Oh
we
my
basically
god.
figure out that Maeve is actually the Queen of the Valg, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's a big...
Shocking. I don't even know what to say about that. Lorcan, which I don't understand why you like him. He
I just like that he's the king of
accidentally
feminine hygiene. Like, I think that's it.
he accidentally summons Maeve because he's like
Accidentally.
worried about Elide, and he's like, save her.
Yeah.
Annoyed. I'm annoyed at that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Maeve comes and Aelin is vulnerable.
On the beach.
And she tells her everything. Like, that she has put this plan in place forever, that she led Rowan to his former lover and destroyed that so that he would be vulnerable when him and Aelin met. That, like, she's got this whole thing on lock. Another thing that Maeve drops is that, so we've been towing this line of like, is Aelin going to live forever or is she not? Maeve confirms that she will live a very long time.
Yeah, which is a little scary.
Yes. She says she's likely 5 years away from settling, which is what happens to the Fae, I guess, when they become immortal. Yeah, so she says, if it's any consolation, Aelin, you would have had 1,000 years with Prince Rowan longer.
That's just the worst thing to say. Like, she didn't get enough time with Sam, and so now someone's telling her, you're not getting enough time with him either. And that's just evil. Like, she's the worst. I think she's basically like, come with me or I'll kill everyone you love. Doesn't she say that? Yeah.
Yeah, something along those. Well, she threatens Elide, but I don't know if she threatens everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to admit something. Like,
okay.
This tandem read almost, like, I almost couldn't go on after it. Like,
oh no.
It fully exhausted me, and I thought it was insane and ridiculous. Like, I'm a full advocate for the tandem read, and you should absolutely read it this way. But, like, oh my god, I was so done by the end.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're telling me I have to go read another 800-page book? I'm done.
Yeah.
It was too much. So, honestly, like, I kind of don't remember some stuff because it's just like, I couldn't do it anymore. It's information overload. At least for me and my little brain. I couldn't do it. And I thought it was a lot.
It definitely was.
It just got hard to focus towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't care.
Sure.
Like, let's just wrap this up. I'm carrying around 2 books. I'm tired. Please.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's what I'm mad.
Keep digging.
That's what this is. Just keep digging. Oh my god.
But yeah, so Maeve conquers Aelin and her crew. She takes her, puts her in this iron box, similar to a coffin.
Yeah. And it's like exactly a coffin.
Yeah. Cairn is her new little minion, and he is like ruthless and like the king of torture, apparently.
What do they call him? What's the word for someone who likes hurting people? Masochist.
I was gonna say sadistic, but yeah.
Or that too. Yeah.
Yeah. A sadist, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah. But that's not all.
Nope.
That's not all of the twists we have. Because little did we know, SJM just doesn't stop. She doesn't, when an ending is near, she refuses to quit. Like,
the last, like, 200 pages, 100 pages, maybe even less than that, of an SJM book, it's good luck. You don't know what's going to happen. No one can predict what's going to happen. It doesn't end. Yeah, let's just talk about the secret marriage real quick. I
lost
this.
it.
I hate it. Like,
okay, why?
Listen.
Okay, why? Okay, the reason why she did it, yes, I hate that. But when he comes storming in, guns blazing, and says, "Where's my wife?"
Dead. Shocking.
Dead.
Completely dead on the floor. I'm done. No, that's pretty awesome.
Of all the things I expected him to say,
it was not that.
That wasn't it. That wasn't it.
I just don't like how... And, like, for those of you who have read ACOTAR, she does a secret wedding in ACOTAR, too. And it drives me crazy. Why can't we see that? Like, I get that you want a twist. It's just so weird. Like, okay, they got married.
And that's not the only secret wedding we have.
No,
because
not.
Kale and Green also married.
Yeah, let's go there, too. Why? Why are we doing this?
So sorry. What?
It's kind of a big deal. Just gonna gloss over that real quick.
Yeah, like 2 of like the biggest couples that I ship are already married. Cool.
Yeah, it's already happened. Yep.
Maybe we'll get a vow renewal. Like, are you freaking
Invite
serious?
me to the vow renewal.
Like, I'm sorry, but that is one of the things that makes Twilight one of the best series to this day, was the freaking wedding.
The wedding was so important, in her dress. I recently
in her Converse.
Her Converse. Okay.
The generation. 1,000 years. 1,000 years while she's walking down the aisle. It
never will be done before.
Forever. Changed weddings forever.
And like the woodsiness. I saw a TikTok recently of like how they designed her wedding ring. It was like insane amounts of work that were put into this. I was like, and I watched like 5 minutes of this video for some. I gotta see it. What did they do? But like, Stephanie Meyer,
an icon,
had a drawing, and they just like went off this drawing. It's just insane. An icon, though, honestly.
An icon. And maybe that's why Sham just took a back.
Let's just take it out.
She knew she
I'll never live up to her.
Never. With Stephanie Meyer, they could not go toe to toe for the wedding. That's for sure.
No, they couldn't. 1,000 years was like actually a life changer.
Crazy.
Never see that song the same way.
Craziness. Do you know how many people wore Converse down the aisle
because of that song? Woman? You know? Do you know how many? The millennial weddings that are happening right now in the Converse. No, we all know.
The woods.
Yeah, we all know what happened here. We know where this came from.
Literally, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, 2 secret marriages.
Yeah, just toss them in there.
And this whole elaborate scheme that nobody's in on.
Nope.
Ridiculous.
We're just not going to tell everyone about this.
So, the plan is, step 1, marry Rowan so that there is an heir to the land of Terrasen. He is now the king of Terrasen.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Step 2. This makes me so mad. Lysandra is to now appear and shapeshift into Aelin Galathinius.
I hate this. I think...
Because now... Oh, this is the weirdest part. Step 3. If anyone questions it, and what her kids look like, and the fact that they don't look like Aelin Galathinius, because they won't, because it's not Aelin Galathinius, she is to have children with Aedion. That way they look like...
No. No, we can't get into that. Like, come on.
No.
I hate it. I hate it. It's just so weird. No.
Oh, boy. Boy, boy, boy. I cannot with this. It's craziness. But,
So,
like,
like,
also it makes sense. Like, it's just...
I
would have never guessed that one, that's for sure.
I need to look at your notes really quick to see if... You haven't mentioned at all the... I'm still afraid to say it, because what if it's not in this book?
No.
But I'm pretty sure I
What?
just read it. They're mates.
Who?
Rowan and Aelin.
They're mates? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but like that was a big thing, I thought. Like I was
I
blown away. No, but like we thought that Rowan had a mate already. And like when you're Fae you get one. And if they die, good luck.
Oh,
you're done.
I didn't know that rule. I can't keep up with all these rules. Like, you know what? Yeah, you can have. Okay, so I'm supposed to believe that you can only have one mate as a Fae. But
yeah.
you can just break any blood oath you want. Any blood oath can be broken at any time. Maeve's like, okay, Gabrielle, Fenris, no blood oath. Lorcan, no blood oath. Rowan, sure, you can leave. You can make a blood oath with somebody else right now. Like, just stop it. Like, there's clearly no rules. There's clearly no rules here.
No, like, but the mate thing is like valid. I think it was really hammered hard into my head in ACOTAR because the mate thing is just a big deal. Whatever. But yeah, I was like surprised. I'm like, she doesn't care or like doesn't know. Like
no, in my mind,
but like Maeve like manipulated all of his past with what's her name? Lyra?
Yeah.
Maeve knew.
Right.
That Aelin and him were mates. And she didn't want them to meet. Like, she did all this stuff.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Kept them apart for so long.
That was crazy. I guess I was just thinking that, like... I guess I was just thinking that, like, blood oath comes before.
I feel like the mate thing is more serious.
I guess I didn't really know they were, like, mate... Like, I guess when he said mate, I wasn't thinking it was like this.
It was just like the antiquated language they use.
Bond. It's just like a word that you use for your partner. Like it's just your mate, you know? No. Like I didn't think it was like this crazy thing. But
it is. And that was a huge deal for me.
I think it's crazy that she like manipulated that whole situation
that is
to
insane.
Like make them both like vulnerable. Like
imagine being Rowan and like hearing all of that. Like he went through all of that and like he still loved this person and like they had a baby together and he still lost someone who he thought was his mate. Yeah. And then imagine like meeting Aelin and being like, why do I feel so strongly for her? I had a mate.
Yeah, right.
And like I remember she asked Rowan in Arrowfire if he thought Sam could have been her mate. But, like, alluded to, like, you would have known, kind of. It wasn't. Right. But, like, Rowan says in this, like, he knew for a long time that it's been Aelin as his mate. I love it.
I guess I just wasn't.
And I guess she knew. Like, when did she say she knew? This might be for the next
I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
No, because she didn't have much time. Yeah. The ending is kind of blurry. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a huge deal. That was so important. Wait! Oh my god! They're mates! It's crazy. And they're married.
I guess I just wasn't thinking of I mean, I obviously knew they already had a bond. Like, the blood oath was just so, like... They just kept saying it. So it was like, that was what stuck out to me more than... the other stuff. But no, but that's a crazy twist that like
that you still don't think it's that crazy though.
No, that she set all that up.
The impact has not hit you.
No, it is. It definitely is. She made him go through that loss.
Hundreds of years or something.
Yeah, so that he would end up with her. Like that's crazy. Um,
And they still ended up
and they
together.
kind of like bonded over their similar like
Yeah.
tragedies. Like that's crazy. But yeah, the last page is just insane. Like he's like finding that shirt on the
Ah.
beach and
Mm-hmm.
he sends like this message down the bond and he's like, I will find you. He said that flicker, he could have sworn he felt an answer, like the fluttering heart of an ember. Unleashing a cry that set the world trembling, Prince Rowan Whitethorn, Galathinius, consort of the Queen of Terrasen, began the hunt to find his wife.
His wife. Yes. I laugh at that a little bit, just because, like, he's a hawk, right? Is he a
Yeah.
hawk in this moment?
I don't
Okay.
know, maybe.
Just that little, like, that little hawk
Oh
cry.
yeah, I think
It's just
so.
like,
He
okay.
shifted. Yeah,
It
Rowan
set the
shifted
world
and soared.
trembling, and you're literally just a hawk. Like, I don't know.
No, he's a big hawk though. We know he's
Okay.
enormous. He's a huge hawk. Like
Sure, yeah.
huge.
Like Maui in Moana, he's also a hawk. Like,
Like I think of him kind of like I guess the Rooks in a way. The Rooks are just like big birds, right? Like
yeah.
I
I
guess that's
guess.
how I picture
You
him
picture
is
him that
like
big?
no, like just I mean, I
I
guess.
pictured the
I don't,
Rooks to be like dragons.
big enough to be like in oh no, I don't picture them as big as a
They ride them
dragon.
though. They have
Yeah.
to be big. You think someone could ride on Rowan as a
No, no,
hawk?
no, no. No. I don't I don't know.
Like bigger than an
Maybe.
eagle. No, I imagine him like a
I
hawk.
mean,
Like
you
a
shouldn't
little
take my
bird.
word for it. I'm really bad at like imagining things in books, so
Oh my god.
it's really okay. But I love this. I love how they end it here because this is how they end. So this is how she ends like so many of the books where it's like listing off all of the titles. Like she was Aelin, Galathinius, Ash River, like
Yeah, all
whatever,
of her
Queen of
names.
Terrasen, and she was not afraid.
And
Like
she
it's
wasn't
just always
afraid.
like that. So I love it. Love, love, love.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then the ending of Tower of Dawn, the last like bonus chapter is of Aelin and her torture. And
Uh-huh.
this is where we leave it for Kingdom of
Yeah,
Ash.
this would have been, if you read it separately for whatever reason, the last thing
Yeah,
you get.
yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
So Cairn like opens up the iron tomb.
It's
The
awful.
huntsman yanked her closer to that cruel, beautiful face, watching with a spider's smile, and he held her still as that ancient queen purred. Let's begin.
It's so
I'm
creepy.
so
And
terrified.
so scary. She's
I'm
just in a
terrified.
box. Like, no.
No,
Nope.
I'm good.
She's
I'm
tougher
okay.
than me.
So much tougher than me. It wouldn't last a second. Not even a second.
Mm-mm.
But
No, but like that setup for the next book is crazy. I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait. There's so much to talk about.
there's still so much to come, I'm afraid.
Oh my god.
Like, I just. It's really scary because they're just about to enter this war. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm so attached to everyone.
Yeah, except Nesrin
Except
and
Nesrin and
Sartak.
Sardak. But
What?
everyone else I'm attached to, and like somebody's gotta die. Like, there's gotta be. Somebody's dying. Probably multiple people. And I. That's the only way to make it real. I'd be sad if nobody did, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not realistic. Not that
Yeah.
any of this is freaking realistic.
Because that's not realistic.
You know what? You know what? Give me a Rook, give me the Fae, give me a Blood Oath, but that's not real.
But not killing your main characters is so
No.
unrealistic.
Everybody living? Fake.
Fake
This
news.
is fake. This is not
That
real.
is so funny. What a wild thing to say.
Insane.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just, it's so much. There are so many things that I didn't even get to touch on too. Like, I know we talked about this is what I'll leave it with. I know we talked about last time, like, what our favorite crossovers
Yes.
were going to be. And mine, I think I said, was Elide and Aelin. Because they
Yeah.
have such a history and they didn't even know it.
Uh-huh.
So that was like,
That was awesome.
It was amazing, and her saying goodbye to her at the end, like when she gets hauled away, like I couldn't
No, that
stand
was
it.
so emotional.
It was so emotional.
They finally met.
Oh, this is it. Page 660. She said to Elide, "I'm glad we met. I'm proud to know you. And I think your mother would have been proud of you too, Elide."
Aw. No, not the
No,
mother.
not the mother.
Please.
No, I was crying at that part, so it was really sad.
It is
Oh,
really
and
sad.
Manon has the word keys, so nothing to fear.
Yeah, by the way.
It's okay. By the way,
I
it's
can't
okay.
wait. Like, so remember back when Rowan and Aelin first met? And you were like, I don't know, they just feel like siblings.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an example of like, how do I talk about this? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Right.
I did agree though. I definitely thought that they were more sibling-like at first.
Yeah, right.
But, yeah, it's just so nice to like finally I can
Finally
loosen
be
up.
able to. Yeah.
I can loosen up a little bit, but not fully.
What was your favorite crossover in this book?
I really liked the Elide and Aelin thing. That was awesome. I was waiting for that because she was looking for her for so long, but she was looking for Selena, and I love it. And she got what she needed. It was so satisfying. It's so emotional.
So emotional.
Looking forward to these cats. Oh my god.
They're welcome.
I locked up one, but she's still out. She's saying,
what is she
I'm looking
saying?
forward to Yareen and Aelin meeting.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, yeah, and he finally tells her at the end, he's like, because she's gonna get rid of the paper in the locket.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then he realizes that it's her handwriting, and he's like, just hold on to that. Like, you'll want to hold on to that. Like, just tell her.
Just
like,
tell her.
To be so weird.
That's your wife. Tell her.
Like, that's your wife.
That's your wife. Tell her what the note in her locket means. That's insane to hold that from her.
Insane.
Okay. What would you rate the tandem read? Stars.
So I have to do it together?
I think. Yeah.
I feel like I should do them individually now.
Well, we kind of read them at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think I have thoughts on each one individually.
Okay. What's your rating?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this. So Tower of Dawn. It like hurts me. Like, I don't want to rate it this low, but like it really was hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But it was so good at other times. I think I have to give Tower of Dawn a 3.5.
That's not low at all.
Yeah, but it's kind of low considering what we've rated the other ones. So
I mean, I'm giving it a 3.
Okay, you're giving it a 3.
Like, mostly for the Nesserin of it all. I don't care, and it took up too much space. It was stupid.
Way too much space.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And the whole, like, family dynamics of the royal family.
Yeah.
Like,
it was just not necessary. We didn't need that.
No.
At all.
But it was such a good read, and it was so important to the overall story, and I love Yareen and Kale. I love them.
They saved it.
She, like, made him a better she is the epitome of, like, making him a better man, because we could not stand him before.
We couldn't, and he's tolerable now.
We can stand him now.
And he can stand him too.
I was gonna say that.
And he can also stand.
But not really, because...
Just kidding, he's in a wheelchair again. That's horrible.
Because he broke his back again.
Quit breaking your back already. My god. It's enough.
It's enough already.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Empire of Storms. I'm going to give a 4.
Yeah.
Because the ending was amazing. Unstoppable. Like, I don't even have words for it. But The middle, I was kind of like dragging a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it was dragging.
Yeah.
But it really did make up for it. I'm not gonna lie. The ending was superb. So 4 for me.
I think I give it a 4 too.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know, 3.5 or 4, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, the details just, like, weighed it down.
It's better
so
than Tower of
much.
Dawn, though, no?
Yeah,
Well,
it
you gave it a
is.
3.
I gave it a
Okay.
3. Yeah. I don't know. It was definitely the more important book, in my opinion. If you must read one, definitely read both, but I can't with these cats.
They're like, wrap it up.
I have a cat tower, like, right over there, and they run up, and they scratch it, and they run away, and they come back, and they scratch on it, and they run the other way. It's like, please.
No, but they're
record.
right. They're right. It's time to wrap it up. So
it is time to wrap it up.
All right.
I give it a 4.
Final ratings. Tower of Dawn. Mallory gives it a 3. I give it a 3.5. Empire of Storms. I give it a 4.
I'll give it a 4.
Mallory gives it a 4.
It can happen. I'll allow it.
All right.
It was pretty good.
It's sealed. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Have been sealed. We have a blood bond now. We'll break it.
Or a mate. Or
a mate.
However you want to say it.
It's not the same.
That's what it is. I know. Apparently it's not the same. I get it. There's too many things to get in this book. I can't get them all.
That is true.
I got most of them.
Everything. Like eye colors.
No.
Sorry.
No, or hair colors. No.
No.
But I knew that was Ansel.
Oh yeah, you were really looking for her. You knew she was coming.
Knew she was coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's
all we got for you today. If you liked what you heard today, let us know what you liked. If you didn't like it, please let us know, but be gentle or soft. Follow us wherever you're listening. You can subscribe on YouTube, I guess. Like our video.
Yeah.
Save it if you want to watch it later. Definitely leave us a comment. I love talking to people, especially if they disagree. I can try and prove you wrong. Follow us on Instagram at doublebooked_pod. TikTok. We're almost at 100 followers on TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah, that took a long time. We are a pod. No, I guess you don't follow as much on TikTok.
Yeah, go ahead and say it again because I interrupted you.
_book_pod on TikTok. I'm trying my best over there, okay? The TikTok algorithm hates me.
People don't follow you on TikTok. They just like. That's just the thing.
Like, the videos do get likes, but they do not render follows. And that's fine, I guess.
It's okay.
But
it's all right.
You can also find us on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Search for Double Booked Podcast, and you'll find our little logo of the 2 gals sitting on a table with mugs or something. I think there's mugs.
And microphones, yes.
Yeah. Leave us a rating and review and tell all your bookish friends, and then we can all be part of a little book club, and it'd be super cute.
Yeah, super fun. Next week, we will be recapping part 1 of Kingdom of Ash. So, mine is in the mail as we speak because I gotta get on this. And I'll let you know what chapter we're stopping at because it's probably just gonna be as far as I get in the next week.
Honestly, that's how things run here, and you're in charge, so yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely need to recap. There's so much that happens, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right. Well, follow us on Instagram so you can see the rest of our upcoming episodes, and until then, happy reading.
Bye.